Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another quilt block. We are going to revisit the Wonky star. I have a lot of ideas for Wonky stars and I thought I would jump in and do one of them. I have made them only one other time in my sampler quilt. I will link down below to that playlist and to that episode if you want to just jump and see those little Wonky stars that I made. I'm going to be just making one today. And the reason I thought of this is because I sell a lot of pre-cuts as penny auctions on eBay. Always go check the link down below. And they are usually 8 or 16. If there's 16 pre-cuts in a penny auction, it's because they're smaller. If they're about this size, then there's usually 8 of them. They're almost always rectangular. They're like the butt end of my fabric, and I just cut whatever size I can out of them. And I thought, what if we used these to make a Wonky star? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this as the outside of the star, and I'm just going to use white muslin for the star. I thought a pretty white star, that might be cool. Of course, you're free to use whatever fabric you want. And you can cut your own rectangles or squares, but I'm going for a rectangle Wonky star. I want to try that because I have rectangles and I think it might look kind of cool. And what I like about rectangular quilt blocks is you can put them up and down if you want to make your quilt longer than wide, or if you want something that, you know, just has the rectangular blocks going horizontally, that's cool too. I like rectangles better than squares. I just think, I don't know, it just brings the eye to different places. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't even listen to me. So here's what we're going to do. Since we have 8 of these, if you win them from me, I'm going to use all 8. So we're going to build a little square, and we're going to leave room in the center for a white piece. But we're going to have to cut our white down to size. Let me move you back a little bit. Now I'm just going to take one white and I'm just going to put one of my rectangles on it so I can just cut my white block to size. And I'm just going to do it like this because I don't have my mat on the table right now. And then white is going to go in the center like that. These others are still 5-inch squares and I'm just leaving them as that. We're going to be using these to put the star points, the legs, whatever you want to call them, on these 4 pieces. So let's take these out for now. And I'm going to just move this up. And let's just start with this top one. The one that was right here. I'm taking this one. And I want to make my 2 star points like this. Now some people say to make sure you cross over the center. And then I see other people who leave a space in the center and, you know, leave it whatever color is there. And I think both ways are kind of cool. But I'm going to go ahead and cross. So if you want, you can fold your piece in half and make a little mark so you know where the half point is. Now I want to cover this corner. Let's start that way with white. So what I'm going to be doing is putting it somewhere like this. I will sew. Where are you? I want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about. And I would sew there and then I would fold it back and it would be, you know, covering that corner. Since I'm using white, the red would show through, so I will trim the red. So I'm just going to make sure that this end is somewhere past that midpoint, and it is. This side can go anywhere. If you do it really low, then you're going to have a short little star point. If you do it higher, it'll be taller. You just don't want to go really close to the top. I would say maybe leave at least a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to go like that. We'll start there. And I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam right here, and I'll be right back. This is what I have. Now I'm going to trim this excess red off. See, it's going to go like this. And so I'm just going to do that with my scissors. And this, I'm keeping this, you know I am. And I can just pull this back and finger press. Oh, you know what I wanted to do before I cut that off? I wanted to trim my white, and I didn't do that. Ha ha ha. See, I was supposed to leave this there. Let's still do it. Oh, I can do this, no problem. Okay, I'm just putting that back where it was so I can follow that line. It doesn't have to be perfect because my mat just fell off my ironing board. Okay, I saved it. Take that off. All right, so we have this happening. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I bet you I can still use this, can't I? I can. So out of one square, I'll be able to do my 2 star points. So this one's kind of tall. Ooh, it went all the way to the top. How did I manage that? I don't know, but that's okay. So now this one, I'm going to do it like this. Let's see. I want it shorter. I'm just going to make sure it crosses over the white down here, just because that's what I'm going for. And I'm just going to make it shorter. So I'm going to sew here. And you don't have to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I kind of switched to an 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to finger press. Now I'm going to turn it over and trim along my red edge first, like that. Now I can flip it. I'm going to push this back and I'm going to trim right here. Take the red off. And now I have this way. That's going to be so cool. So I have the points there. Let's do the points here this time. It doesn't matter unless you have a directional print, but you know, I want my points to come down this way, so I'm just going to turn it so I can do just what I did before. So let's start again. I don't care where my center is, I can tell. So I'm going to just put this here somewhere. I won't go all the way to the center. I'll do that with the other one. Maybe it'll just make it wonkier. So I'm just going to go sew right there. And again, I'm going to trim. I will finger press. Let's trim around the red first. Get over there. Now I can peel it back and trim this red. Other side. And again, I will use this. Ooh, that is going to be very wonky. I was way off the center. That's all right. It'll be cool. So I'm going to go like, I don't know, like that. Well, let's make it a bit of a longer leg. I just need to make sure that when I fold it over, yes, it will cover my corner. Good, good. Sewing right there. Okay, I'm going to push it back and finger press. I will flip it over and I will trim around my red. And now I will trim the red off. The reason we trim around the red first is just because we want this corner to be the size that that was. Now we have this. We would put it like this and like this. Now we have to do our side ones. And we're going to do those lengthwise. So let me take one. And I need to turn it this way so that the long way is facing me. And I need another white square. And I can make it like super long if I want, if my white is long enough. So let's give it a try. I'm going to try to make this one quite long, like that. So I will sew right here. Same thing, push back, finger press, trim around the red. Ooh, pretty cool. Now, this is the bias, and it gives me a longer piece, but let's try, okay, let's go a little shorter than that one. So maybe like this, but I'm going to cross over the white, and I'm going to just sew right there. I hear a snowblower. I don't know if you do. Okay, finger pressing. Trimming. Trimming what? Trimming around my red. That wasn't a snowblower. It was a helicopter. I don't know my sounds. So we have the one now for here. I like it. Now we're going to do this one. Same old, same old. Let me do a little bit shorter on this one. And then I'll try to go way long on the other side. Right there. And now I'm going to try to go long there. Right there. Now we have our 4 blocks with the points. Just make white touch white. Now we just need to sew these together as a 9 patch, like that. So I will sew this row together, this row together, this row together. Then I will put each row together. I'll be right back. This came out awesome. I like it with the star being plain. You know, I don't know. I guess it's because I also picked fabric that has white, but I mean, that star just pops. I just love it. I was going to do it the opposite way, the red star with white around it, but I was like, no, I want to do it this way. So it's rectangular, and I love it. You're looking at it the tall way, and then this is wide. How friggin' cool is that? We can do rectangular wonky stars. So impressed. I have plenty more ideas, so I will be doing more wonky stars. Oh, and I don't know, when I play this back, if you're going to notice that I forgot to trim the red under one of my points, and I already had it sewn together, and I could see it, the red through it. So I just picked out what I needed to pick out, trimmed it, fixed it. Easy as that. This is awesome. All right, should I keep it for like a future sampler quilt? See, stuff like this is really good in a sampler quilt, but I don't know. Maybe I'll put it up for a penny auction. Maybe somebody else will put it in their quilt or use it in the front of a pillow or for a tote bag. Go check out down below. I might have it up, I might not. I do have other penny auctions that you will want to go see. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye!